Okay, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today's video, we are here for the Summer Hikaru Died episode 11. A lot of other finales and shows finishing up this week, but obviously this one was delayed a week. So, we'll be finishing that next week, which honestly I'm kind of happy about. It means I got more of this show to watch over the next week when a bunch of other shit's ending. This episode is literally called The Indo Sin. I don't usually, because I hate that Netflix does that whenever you pause, they pop up the, like, preview description for the episode, because a lot of the times their preview descriptions spoil what the fuck's going on in the episode. So I don't read those, but I do read the episode title, and this one is literally called The Indo Sin, which was a big question mark at the end of last episode. What the fuck is the Indo Sin? There's a lot of good theories tossed out in the comments. If you want to see those, go look at all those. There was a bunch of different ones, so I'm not going to go into detail all of them. But one that I did actually like, that I found interesting, was someone questioned if it's possible that someone in the Indo family line was gay, and let me find that comment, because that was a really good one, because they very much harp on, in the Indo family you have to find a wife. It was very much that is what they harped on, and so someone tossed out a theory. Let me go look for that real quick. There's also some theories, such as people saying, like, obviously something to do with the heads, maybe. Someone says here, like, it might have something to do with maybe they took one of the heads back. I mean, I said I wasn't gonna go into all these because it would take forever, but I just want to find that one theory because I think that was a good one. Well, I can't find it. God, there's so many. Scrolling through, there's a lot of comments. Okay, well, now I can't find it. Oh, here it is, I found it. This comment says, I'm starting to think, I'll put it on screen. I'll have Cosmic put it on screen because Cosmic's editing this. I'm starting to think that the so-called sin of the Indo family is actually that Hikaru's ancestor's fiance was actually a man, and when people found out, they killed him, causing this ancestor to take revenge on the rest of the villagers, killing several, and that's why they made the rule that the Indo family must marry a girl as soon as possible. And if that's true, the entity in Hikaru's body is actually this ancestor, and who knows, Yoshiki isn't the reincarnation of this bride. Okay, yeah, there's a lot going on in that theory, but honestly, that could be plausible. That would be very interesting. But anyway, alas, I've spent forever looking at this now. Tons of theories being thrown out all over the place. A lot of different possibilities about what's going on here, what the Indo Sin is, and it seems like we might dive into that in this episode. The whole scene with them, like, finding the wooden heads and then relating it back. There was so much lore last episode. It was so good about how the heads and how they would sacrifice what they said was the elderly, but it's pretty obvious they sacrificed other people as well. They would sacrifice them to Unuki, as they call it, and then that transformed into what they have now, Nonuki, in the current day, and how a lot of the other parts of the body have adopted Christianity. I mean, I could go on and on for probably 10 minutes of all the lore dropped last episode. Let's just get into this. You guys know all the lore from last episode and everything like that. I could go on and on, but I'm gonna cut myself off. I'm already 5 minutes in to this video, and I want to get into the episode. So per usual, feel free to check out the Patreon and Discord. Links are in the description below. As far as the Discord goes, we talk about current anime, past anime, current manga, past manga, and have non-anime conversations as well. And as far as the Patreon goes, you get exclusives and uncuts to all my reactions. So feel free to check out either of those, everyone will. Now without further ado, let's straight into the Summer Hikaru Died, episode 11. Oh yeah. We also saw the scene at the very end of last episode, where it was a great example of how, although Hikaru is gaining a sense of self through Hikaru's memories and through Nonuki and whatever it may be, he is gaining a sense of human self. He also, his instincts are still super prevalent. He almost went in the night to kill Yoshiki, basically. He showed up at Yoshiki's house and was not thinking until his, like, the human self of him kicked in and he left. But his natural instincts of consuming and whatever took over there, and we saw that even weakened, Hikaru is still dangerous. I think that was the whole purpose of that scene. We've at this point kind of come to see, like, you know, he's had trouble, like Tanaka cut his head off, and then the scene where he was dealing with the thing that Tanaka had summoned with the little bell that was attacking them, and how he couldn't deal with that. We kind of were led to believe he's weak now. He can't do anything, but that's definitely not true. That's right, we're going to talk to Papa. Did you say I haven't talked to him like this in years? God damn. Yeah, it's felt like Papa's been kind of detached from the family for a bit. We saw him be like happy as hell out on his logging job with his coworker out there, but then every bit we see with him with his family and everything like that, he looks much more downtrodden and depressed. Although there was the scene last episode where he showed up like being like, "Oh my god, Yoshiki, are you okay?" So it's very interesting. Already very interesting characterization for Papa. The farmer's head. Obviously, kid wants to play with figures and not read. Sign a peace treaty. Yeah. Don't win. Ooh. Damn, the infinitely darker tone here. Like, it's all light and happy and all the above, and then it just transitions to this horridly dark scene. Oh my god. The atmosphere here is not ideal. Jesus Christ. What was their sin? Who told you? Did some research. Yeah, and yet Hikaru's father passed, and then Hikaru was forced to do the ritual, to which he himself died as well. Oh. Damn, 11 times is crazy. Yep, so that still is happening even with him. The family in protector, he says. Some disease. Became an Okubi-sama. Okubi-sama? What the fuck does that mean? Like refers to an Okubi, a giant disembodied head in Japanese folklore, often depicted as a woman with blackened teeth. So it's just like another supernatural being to offer. Yeah, look, offer his wife's head. As long as they ain't from the Indo family. Jeez. Oh, what the fuck? So he said, I'll bring you a head of somebody else. Just bring my wife back to life. What the fuck? We've seen flashes of this. They had their families and committed suicide. So this is the Indo's sin. A man asked, so that theory was incorrect, although I did like that theory. Basically an Indo family ancestor from long ago asked for his wife to be brought back to life, to which it did, but it took a sacrifice of a third of the village. What the fuck? And yeah, this is where the head thing came from in Kubitachi village. Yeah. Nothing but a we've seen this. Yes, we have seen this. Yes, they have hinted at this so many times. There's been several flashes. I don't know why I'm holding up two. I think it might have been two or more. But there's been flashes of a person holding a woman's head. They've done that several times throughout this season. That's what it is. This comes from, okay, those flashes come from this. A man walking around with his wife, a living head. She suffered and died again. Damn, that's crazy. So she came back to life as a head, but obviously has no heart, lungs, or just anything body-wise, so she just died that night. And so a third of the village was sacrificed for basically nothing. Along with the bat. Ooh, okay. We're filling in the gaps now. So like the famine and diseases and things like that happened after that sacrifice was occurred, after that 1/3 of the village died and that sacrifice happened, then all the bad stuff stopped happening, so they kept doing it. They kept sacrificing people, and they seemingly made the Indo family do it because of the sin they committed, right? How many heads they offered up? Oh my god, and that's what that was! What the fuck? That's her. Oh my god, in a bunch of the things we've seen Tanaka using, he mentions their heads and things like that. Oh my god. Wait. That was there at the end of the last episode, right? I'm not misremembering this. That was there. We offer these heads in exchange. Unuki helps us out. Yeah, so we're talking about that. Yeah, so he's talking about further ancestors here. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Don't forget the Indo family's sin either. It's gone! It's gone. Did Tanaka... I swear to god, Tanaka had a head in an earlier episode. Fuck, what episode was it though? Was it the Summer Festival one? Words of powerful spirits. Yup. So he took it. Okay. I'm glad I picked up on that. He literally took it from the shrine. So Tanaka has been here. Wow. That's crazy. He took Hichi... What was it again? What was her name? Hichi Indo. Yeah. And so Tanaka took that to use. Yeah, the burden of what your ancestors did. Not about every 5 years. Not to come down to their village and cause bad shit. Jesus Christ. You follow the elders. Ooh. Wasn't what they thought it was. And he's probably been thinking ever since he died that some conspiracy's going on here. Damn. I hate how alike we are. Damn, and then Papa's immediately like, you're nothing like me. Just because she's so strong. Is belonging really all that important? I really like that statement from Yoshiki. I really like that. Probably never had a home to begin with. Interesting. Now you think about Hikaru and how he's never had a place to belong, essentially, and now that he has this sense of human self, he's longing for that place to belong. Hello, you two. That is what it sounds like, yes. It kind of makes sense. Whoa, what the fuck? Was he just imagining Yoshiki being another one of those sacrifices to him? Yoshiki's head being one of the heads on that wall? Or did that actually happen? I don't know. I'm leaning more towards it's just him imagining Yoshiki being another one of those sacrifices. It is also super interesting because, yeah, it's a super interesting way to conceptualize like a alien entity, because we are attempting to look at this alien entity through the lens of humans, how we think, how we operate, and things like that. And that is why Hikaru is now attempting to do the same, because he has a sense of a human self now, and so now that he has this sense of a human self, he's struggling to understand what his other half was. I'm sure when he was that being, when he was Unuki or Nonuki, it's the same thing, but when he was up in the mountain and all the above, though honestly we still don't even know if that's exactly what Hikaru is, but you can kind of, at this point, it hasn't been confirmed that that's exactly what the being inside Hikaru is, but I mean, I don't know what else it would be, honestly. Unless Hikaru's just happens to be some other spirit or something that was out there. Anyway, but all of the signs point towards him being Nonuki and Unuki. But when he is that alien, he probably thinks differently as that alien, fundamentally differently from how a human brain operates. And so now that he is running the capacity of a human brain, he can no longer comprehend what went on or what he was when he was Nonuki Nonuki and Unuki. If that makes any sense. I hope what I'm saying makes sense. I think that is such an interesting way to approach an alien species, because yes, they would not think or operate in the same fundamental capacity that a human brain operates. And so now that Hikaru has inhabited a human brain and thinks with a human brain, even if he maybe doesn't fundamentally understand things that humans understand, he's now using a human brain to think. He doesn't understand what he was when he was Nonuki or Unuki anymore. Hello, Mama. Is this Yuki? Did he end up marrying her? Yeah. Indo triggers mass death. And after those sacrifices, the disease stopped. Drawn impurities to the mountain. Yeah, that's a great question, actually. If all the it's like these sacrifices created Nonuki, if that makes sense. What if Nonuki literally is Hichi Indo? Because that's a very good contradiction that I like Yoshiki's pointing out here. If Nonuki is the lightning rod that this being is, that attracts impurities to the mountain and keeps them away from the village, that's why the famine and the diseases stopped, because the impurities were no longer ravaging the village and causing them. They were up in the mountain instead. Where was Nonuki before the sacrifices were made? It's almost as if all the sacrifices came together and possibly took someone like Hichi Indo and turned Hichi Indo into the Nonuki or Unuki that kept all the impurities up in the mountain. Because while they have Hichi Indo's head, the spiritual being of Hichi Indo, the soul, could be up in the mountain that has been renamed by the villagers into Unuki or Nonuki, which would actually aid to that theory that the comment that I was talking about in the beginning of this video, where they were saying the entity in Hikaru's body is actually an ancestor, because they were talking about like Hikaru's ancestor's fiance was actually a man, which has been proven to be wrong here in this video, in this episode. However, what actually makes sense in this theory that comment was mentioning is the thing in Hikaru's body is an ancestor. They, by sacrificing, by trying to make that wish, incidentally created Nonuki or Unuki, that then it's almost like pseudo the villagers all dying and Hichi Indo being brought back to life was some kind of like summoning ritual or something like that then created Nonuki or Unuki from Hichi Indo, the ancestor. I'm just tossing out theories at this point to make that reality makes sense for why Nonuki wasn't there before but was there after the sacrifices, is that they literally created Nonuki from the sacrifices. Of course, fucking Netflix sucks. Please get the show off Netflix. Please, for the love of God! I want to know what this says! I despise Netflix so much with anime, man. I hate it so much. I hate that this show is landlocked to, or whatever, service locked to this shit ass service, because they don't translate shit. There's been so much writing that Yoshiki has done and they haven't translated any of it. That shit peeves me off so much because I love reading stuff like that. Peace after mass death. They translate like one singular line and don't tell you where it is. They don't tell you what they're translating on the page, but they translate something. Yeah, never granted any requests. Hikaru grants requests. Unuki-sama, Nonuki-sama / Hikaru grants requests in exchange for heads. Yes. That's what I was theorizing. That's also a great question. Why the hell are there so many impurities out in this village and not out in the rest of the world? Why are there so many specifically, like, gathered in this one area instead of, like, I don't know, fucking Tokyo or something? Oh, shit. Raffinelli art book. Whoa! A sketch of Gehenna 1519. Dude! Oh my god. Listen, I've said this so many episodes, and I'm sorry for the outburst there. I've said this in so many different videos now with this series. The first like 6 episodes of the show were good, but oh my god, episode 7 onwards has been so fucking good. The lore, the world building. Oh, I could eat this shit up all day and night. This is fucking awesome. 1519. What? Started a fight. Happened right after she had a realization, or what she thinks was a realization about a being possessing Hikaru. Yes. Chicken's tastier than people, said the queen. Yeah. You just put yourself in half. Oh, he was saying like got it damaged, like he got his head cut off, so there's like a permanent damage there now. Damn. Yoshiki trusts him that much now. Really? Yeah! He's fully committed to keeping you around now. Like, fully committed. He didn't pay him enough respect, huh? End up dating someone else, damn. Really? That's interesting. So that feels like confirmation that Hikaru was either straight or bi, which I feel like we kind of, it feels like it's very much leaning towards bi, if anything, but it's still no full confirmation of what exactly his orientation is, but that's what it feels like there, at least to me from everything we've seen. Yeah, that's why. As long as it was edible. A shot from the ED there. I mean, yeah. The beast pondered for a bit, huh? That was a very good scene. I liked it a lot because now that I mean, it's already been signified, but that further clarifies the distinction Yoshiki has now made between this Hikaru and the other Hikaru. Like, he treats them as completely, totally separate entities in their entirety, and he has fully accepted that. He's openly talking about what the real Hikaru was like, even though this Hikaru has memories of the real Hikaru. He has his memories, but Yoshiki is still talking openly about the real Hikaru to this Hikaru who he considers a different being now. What's going on? Whoa! Uh-oh. Oh no. The other Nonaki side of him is taking over here. Whoa, the way they did that scene was fucking awesome. Ooh, give me chills. Ooh, that shit was creepy. This like style changes on only Hikaru. His true nature is like, his true nature as that supernatural being is like desperately fighting to come out. Like, dude, I love it! Oh my god! Dude, that smile is terrifying. What did he just say? Yeah, Yoshiki, I know you wanted to give it back because you trust him now, but I think this is going to be the perfect instance of why, as much as I love Hikaru and his human side very much doesn't want to kill people anymore and all the above, he just wants to stay with Yoshiki and be a normal human, he still has another side to him that isn't exactly going to just lie down and just take that. Oh, God! Yeah, I gotta run. No, like, yeah, I gotta run. I love it, the casualty of that sentence. Yeah, I gotta run away from this. What the fuck? Dude, the OSTs during these scenes are always so fucking good. Oh my god. He's just looking at Yoshiki's soul and that is it. Oh fuck. Snap back into it, Hikaru! Snap back! Snap back to fucking reality, please! Is he gonna have snap back now? Oh! Oh god, oh god. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I was gonna say, it's because you've been getting more and more mixed, and as Ria's made it very clear, if Yoshiki mixes anymore, it will not be good. And, this might be that final step of no return for Yoshiki. Oh god. Oh no. Ooh. And he's back. Welcome back. Yep. Ooh! Fucking Asako, is that her name? Oh shit. Yes, he says Asako. Oh my god, she saw. Oh my god. Well, no, she can't see. She can't see. What did it look like? She cannot see, she can only hear. She probably heard all those noises going on, but she cannot see that stuff. So I wonder what the hell she just saw. What did it look like Hikaru was doing to Yoshiki? He's freaked out because his other nature came out unwillingly. Completely unwillingly. Oh, Jesus Christ. Damn, that fucked him up badly. Oh my god. I mean, yeah, you almost just consumed Yoshiki's soul there. He's realizing he does not have a grip on himself like he thought he did. And now it's become readily apparent that at any moment, he could just snap and consume Yoshiki entirely. At any point, his innate nature could take over, and then he consumes Yoshiki. Oh my god, this is bad. This is bad. And also the fact that Hikaru's calling himself a monster now, and Yoshiki is the one coming in to defend him and be like, no, you're not a monster. What a script flip from the beginning of this season. And it doesn't feel unnatural at all. The progression is so well done. Yikes. Jesus Christ. I want to know what he said when he spoke and he spoke in like 10,000 times speed. What the hell he said? He might have been he obviously probably wasn't even speaking Japanese or something. That's why I accepted him. Eesh. That did not look like Hikaru though. He's really thinking about a place to belong like he talked about with his dad earlier this episode. Ooh, the mark's gotten a lot worse. Oh no. The mark is significantly darker and now there's lines over it as well. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. That's really not good. Ah, great. We love the stormy weather. Damn, she's so shocked by what she saw, she hadn't even pulled out her umbrella. We still don't know what she saw. She cannot see, as far as we have been led to believe. She cannot see that stuff, like spiritual things and things like that. So, she could only see whatever Hikaru was doing to Yoshiki there. Makes me think he might have like, I don't know. I have no idea. I do not know what she saw. They gonna show us what she saw? Ooh, he went straight to Ri's place. Some of their elements will get mixed into his soul. Who, some of you guys also commented and aided my theory about Tanaka, because I kind of pushed it away, but some of you guys aided my theory about Tanaka. There were some great comments about that, regarding like his hair being dyed. He has black, what's it called? Now I'm gonna go look for the comments, because there were some comments that were talking about it too. Dark roots, yes, dark roots. There's another comment on here as well. That's right. Oh yes, because in the flashback we saw with Ri, Tanaka didn't get attacked in his eyes, he got attacked on his neck area, which, where does he have scarring in the current present? Tanaka has scarring on his neck in the exact place that Ri's kid was attacked. Would also explain why Tanaka is so knowledgeable about the supernatural and things like that, because his mom is literally a medium who handles supernatural stuff. It would explain that. So the eye thing could have just come because, you know, Tanaka has to give up organs every time he wants to make a barrier or something like that. Maybe he had to give up his eyesight or something like that for something he wanted to do at some point. So the more he mixes, the more it attracts impurities. That makes him want to get closer. Jesus Christ. Yes, humans are very complicated, Hikaru. But you're starting to learn. Ooh, this is the first time we've really seen like lines under Hikaru's eyes like this. He looks really tired. Like really tired. Humans are complicated, but you're learning. You're beginning to learn. Of course you can't immediately comprehend everything. And that's Yoshiki's whole thing now, is he wants to find a place for this Hikaru to exist. He wants to find him a place to belong, even if it's not with humans, because he can't understand them. He wants to find a place for Hikaru to belong. Yep. His instincts are taking over. Could take over and mess up Yoshiki's soul. Damn. Damn, the lines under his eyes. And Yoshiki. Yep, keep everyone safe. If he just went back to the mountain. Oh. No. Damn, this is fucked. This show is so brutal. Oh my god. Nobody gets to be happy. I don't want to be alone. He wants a place to belong. I can at least yank it out of his body. Wow, she's actually gonna separate him right now? No way. Nope, she can't. She can't. Wow. She literally could have ended things right then and there. With his incredibly weakened state and his emotional, him being all over the place emotionally, she could have done it right then and there. But she decided not to. He's grown such a strong attachment to it. Ooh. She's worrying if she's making the same mistake that she did back then. But also, interesting, we have not seen this before. That soft-heartedness will lead to even greater suffering. So basically, she's worried that obviously leaving him be will lead to even worse things to happen in the future. But she just can't take him away like this, because he's so human in a way. He's so dangerous. But at the same time, Hikaru is becoming so human, and she doesn't want to take that chance away from him. Waiting on him to come back home. Damn. From the business. She's from Tanaka's business. She is from Tanaka, the business, the corporation that Tanaka works for. We're gonna learn more about them now. Nothing can change that. That was pure arrogance. It wasn't though. Oh my god, this is getting difficult. As if it wasn't already, it's just getting even worse. Here's the thing about back to when he went to Yoshiki's place that one night. Welcome home. Huh. Wow, what an episode. My god. Literally every episode since episode 7 has been peak as fuck. Oh my god, they've been so good. Holy shit, the world building, the emotions, the character writing has all just been on another level recently. This shit is awesome. Holy peak episode, my god. Don't have much else to add here, I don't think, that I didn't talk about during the actual episode. This was incredible. The world building, the character writing, all the above, getting the Indo Sin here. I still don't know if we have the full context of that situation, but as far as we understand now, we do. Getting re-involved in how she's leaving Hikaru, despite her past mistakes where she did that exact thing and it ended up harming her son. But she just can't bring herself to take him away because she talked about the family he has to go home to, and then we see the scene right after where Hikaru gets home and his mom warmly greets him and says, "Welcome home." Damn, this is so fucking good recently. So good. And once again, it's not to say the beginning episodes were bad, but it was very much an introductory episodes, getting us adjusted to this world and things like that in the first like 5-6 episodes. And since episode 7, oh my god, they have picked it up tenfold. It has been fucking awesome. Diving into the lore, and it's so good. It's so good. Anyway, I think that is going to wrap it up from reaction to the Summer Hikaru Died episode 11. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I hope you all have a good day.